Third Mainland Bridge, midnight. Chika, a young rideshare driver, spots a barefoot woman in a torn red dress standing on the railing. Before he can stop her, she jumps but vanishes mid-fall. The next day, Chika gets a request from Edeora. She looks exactly like the woman from the bridge. She smiles like nothing happened. Edeora leaves her phone in Chika's car. It has only 2 contacts, mother and don't call. Chika calls mother. A man's voice answers. You have something that isn't yours. Bring it to Oberlin before 8 p.m. or you won't live to see ECKO Night again. While meeting a friend in Baligan Market for advice, Chika notices he's being followed by a man selling roasted corn who never actually sells anything. Chika boards a danfo to escape, but shots ring out. Passengers scream. The corn seller is dead. Chika finds Edeora hiding in a guest house in Suralia. She reveals she's not running from death or an ex, she's running from a video that could destroy a top Lagos politician. They head to a cybercafe in Oshodi to upload the video. Power cuts out mid-upload. Depo, a smooth-talking former hacker, offers to help them for a price. Chika doesn't trust him, but Edeora's eyes soften when she sees him. Following Depo's lead, they head to Opopo port to retrieve the original video from a shipping container. They are ambushed by uniformed men. They escape by ferry across the lagoon, chased by 2 speedboats. Edeora nearly falls overboard. Chika pulls her back. At a bar in Lekki, they meet a politician's aide willing to trade information for immunity. He's in agbada and sunglasses, even at night. Depo sells their location. Gunmen storm the bar. Chika takes a bullet in the arm. Edeora hides Chika in Makoko stilt houses. A local nurse treats him, and during recovery, they grow closer. They decide to stream the video live from a rooftop in Yoba. This time, they'll make sure it can't be stopped. A heavy rainstorm floods the streets, making it nearly impossible to move their equipment. On the rooftop, lightning flashes as Edeora speaks to the camera. The upload reaches 100%, but footsteps echo behind them. Depo appears, but instead of attacking, he fights off the gunman. I owed Bello, now I owe you, he says before disappearing into the rain. The video explodes online. Protests erupt. The politician is arrested trying to board a private jet. Weeks later, Chika drives over Third Mainland Bridge at night. Edeora sits beside him, alive and smiling. But in his rearview mirror, a figure in a red dress stands on the railing again. The video Edeora uploaded went viral overnight. Crowds chanted in front of the governor's office. But deep in a dim marina cafe, Chika spotted a man in a black cap watching them too closely. The man approached, sliding a small envelope across the table. They'll come for you both tonight. Leave the island now. Then he vanished into the street chaos. Before they could react, a black SUV screeched around the corner. Men in plain clothes jumped out, forcing Chika and Edeora to run through the crowded Baligan market. They ducked into a narrow alley smelling of diesel and fried akra. Edeora's hands shook as she clutched the envelope. Inside was a USB drive marked only with the word report. They hurried to a familiar cybercafe in Yoba. The owner, once Chika's friend, locked the door behind them, but not to keep others out. You shouldn't have crossed them, he whispered, before dialing a number. Chika grabbed the heavy CRT monitor and smashed it against the desk, sending sparks flying. They escaped through the back door just as headlights flooded the street. A fisherman ferried them into the maze of wooden houses over Lagos Lagoon. Here, among the floating village, the noise of the city felt far away, but danger still followed. By the dim light of a kerosene lamp, Edeora finally confessed, The USB contained proof of a smuggling operation at a port tied directly to the governor's allies. Chika used a battered old laptop to crack the password on the USB. The files were time-stamped, and the next shipment was due tonight. They reached out to Chika's cousin, a fearless journalist with contacts in the port authority. But he warned them, if they went, it was a one-way mission. Under the harsh floodlights of a port, shipping containers towered above them. The hum of engines masked the approach of footsteps. One of the governor's men, a young officer, pulled them aside. "I'm not here to arrest you," he murmured. "I want him gone too." The officer led them to a container sealed with fresh paint. Inside were crates not of goods, but military-grade weapons. Adeora's breath caught. A siren wailed. Floodlights shifted. Men shouted orders in the distance. They had minutes before security swarmed the docks. They jumped onto a waiting speedboat. Gunfire echoed as they sped into the dark waters, the Lagos skyline shrinking behind them. Rain poured in sheets, waves tossing the boat. Chika clung to Adeora as lightning revealed their pursuers on the water. On the boat, Adeora live-streamed the contents of the USB to thousands of viewers before a wave crashed over them. The boat slammed into a hidden sandbar. They scrambled onto shore as their pursuers' vessel capsized in the distance. By morning, headlines blared, governor's allies exposed in port scandal. Cameras caught the governor in handcuffs as the city buzzed. On Third Mainland Bridge at sunset, Chika and Adeora leaned against the railing, Lagos stretching endlessly before them. "We are not done," Adeora whispered. And Chika knew, their fight was just beginning.